Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back. It's Travis here with JT Wealth, and in today's video we are going to talk about the 12 most tax-friendly states for retirement. So let's get into it. So in my last video I talked about retirement planning and why it's so important to have all of your ducks in a row. And I mentioned the Kiplinger's retirement tool from their website at the end there and mentioned that I was going to be doing this video. So here it is. I'm going to bring you these 12 most tax-friendly retirement states for you to look into when the time comes. So let's start looking at what the focus of today's video is going to be. So like I said guys, today's video topics are going to be the recap of that Kiplinger's retirement tool, just so you can refresh yourself with its abilities. And then we're going to go straight into the 12 best states for retirement. These states do not tax your retirement income, so that's kind of the key here. And now I think no matter where you guys end up, it's important to remember you need to retire before you end up like this couple. Here they are guys, and as adorable as they look, I'm sure everybody wants to make sure you can enjoy your retirement and your traveling without having to take that unexpected nap midday. As always, welcome back everybody. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking us out. Hopefully you find some value in today's video. If you do, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, please don't forget to check out Julie in the TipRanks videos where she does her pre-market morning updates Monday through Friday on the TipRanks channel. And lastly, if you're looking for a new brokerage account, don't forget to check out the links down below for the Webull, which will provide you with 2 free stocks just for signing up and funding your new account, or M1 Finance, which is great for setting up those pie-charted retirement plans. Now a quick refresher on the Kiplinger's retirement tool. So this state-by-state guide to taxes on retirees is found on the Kiplinger's website, and it's state tax rates and rules for income, sales, property, estate, and other taxes, all impacting retirees. This site will let you compare up to 5 states to see which ones are most beneficial for your retirement planning. As you can see here, it's color-coded for simplicity. Dark green is the most tax-friendly, light green is tax-friendly, gray is a mix, not so tax-friendly is that orange color, and your least tax-friendly states come in red. You can hover over the state and it'll give you a brief synopsis of some of the most important tax information, but then by clicking on the state, it'll take you to the actual link for that state with a more up-to-date information piece on all of their tax-related materials. And here I selected 4 states to showcase what it would look like if you did do that state comparison list. You can see I selected Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, and South Carolina, and it showcases all of the different information that the website will provide based on those states' taxes. So whether or not they consider the bottom line tax-friendly or not, its income tax range, whether it taxes Social Security, tax breaks for other retirement incomes, state tax sales rate, the median real property tax breaks for seniors, whether or not they have those or not, estate and inheritance tax, whether they have those, and more information. So it gives you the link to the state's profile. And so I just kind of find that a really fun tool to start your planning process, as it gives you that entry-level information into whatever state you might be looking at and possibly let you know you might not want to retire where you're at today. And Kiplinger did everybody a favor and created an article with the 12 states that do not tax your retirement income. So let's take a look at those now. Alright, here you can see it says retirees can save a lot of money in these states that completely exempt the most common types of retirement income, such as your 401ks, IRAs, and pensions from their state taxation. It's bad enough the Fed is going to tax you as much as they can in your retirement, so having that state income tax not exist or not tax your retirement money is going to be of huge help. And now just a note, Kiplinger did list these alphabetically. So getting into number 1 on the top 12 list, Alaska. Now Alaska might not be your dream location, but if you live there, none of your 401k, IRA, or pension income will be taxed. That's because they don't have income tax. It can be cold, but the Alaska tax code is pretty good for the state's senior citizens. So Alaska has no state income tax, guys, and like most states, they do not tax your Social Security income. Also, Alaska does not have an estate or an inheritance tax, so providing that generational wealth from Alaska is going to be a lot easier. Number 2 on our list, another state that does not have state income tax, Florida. The article says, sunshine, palm trees, and sandy beaches, what more could you want in a retirement destination? How about no tax on your 401k, IRA, or pension income? 'Cause that's what you get in Florida. Just like Alaska, Florida shares the same estate and inheritance tax rollouts in that they don't exist, as well as no state income tax. So if you enjoy your vacations in Florida, you may want to consider them for your retirement as well. Moving on to number 3 on the list is Illinois. Now, Kiplinger says that overall, Illinois is one of the least tax-friendly states for retirees. However, it's the only Midwestern state that completely exempts your 401k, IRA, and pension income from taxes. They do specify that your pension and 401k income must be from a qualified employer benefit plan to be tax-free. And much like the other states, Illinois does not tax your Social Security. However, Illinois does have a relatively low income tax of 4.95%. And Illinois will hit you with an estate tax if that estate is worth more than $4 million. And now on to number 4, Mississippi. Now, if you're one of the FIRE members and contemplating retiring early, Mississippi may not be for you. If you're at least 59 and a half years old, Magnolia State won't tax your retirement income. However, the state will take its share of 401ks, IRAs, or pension income received from those who retire early. Mississippi, like most, does not tax your Social Security, but they do have a state income tax between 3 and 5% depending on how much money you make. Mississippi also has no inheritance or estate taxes. Now we're moving on to number 5, and a state that's on a lot of people from California's mind, and that is Nevada. So the home of Sin City in the Kiplinger's article says, why gamble with your finances in your golden years? Move to Nevada where the state won't tax your 401k, IRA, or pension income, or any of your other income for that matter, no state income tax. So with no Social Security tax, no state income tax, no estate or inheritance tax, there's almost no taxes associated with Nevada, which has caused a lot of large people, some big influencers you've probably seen here on YouTube, to consider or actually move from California to Nevada. Alright, moving into number 6, guys, a state I did live in for a short while, and that is New Hampshire. Kiplinger says if you want to live in New England during your golden years, try New Hampshire. It's the only state in the region without a general income tax. Instead, the state imposes a tax on interest and dividends. So with no broad income tax, you can completely avoid tax from the state on your payments from your 401k plan, IRA, or pension if you retire in New Hampshire. So New Hampshire is not going to tax your Social Security either, but they do have that flat 5% fee on interest and dividends accrued. So if you're from the New England area thinking about retiring, New Hampshire may be an opportunity for you to save some money. And if you're not from New England but considering retiring in that vicinity, it may also be important to look into some of the gun laws in that area. New Hampshire is a constitutional carry state, so if you're looking to transport some of your weapons with you to a move up to New England, New Hampshire may be a good bet. Alright, now on to number 7, Pennsylvania. The article says, as Ben Franklin once said, a penny saved is a penny earned. Retirees can save a lot of pennies in Pennsylvania because the Keystone State doesn't tax pension income from an eligible employer-sponsored retirement plan unless if you retire early. Payments from a 401k plan or IRA after retiring also avoid state taxation, again, except in early retirement. And of course, if you watched my last video, you'll know I'm a huge fan of the idea of retiring early. So any state that's going to penalize you for doing so kind of wouldn't be my first bet, right? I wouldn't be going to Pennsylvania. Though Pennsylvania, again, does not tax your Social Security, but some municipalities and school districts can still tax your income on top of the 3.07% state income tax that does exist. Lastly, Pennsylvania also does have an inheritance tax somewhere between 4.5% to 15%, depending on the relationship with the decedent. So, come to think of it, why is Pennsylvania on this list? Anyway, moving on, number 8, South Dakota. So if you like wide open spaces, South Dakota might be the place for you. With no income tax and no tax on 401ks, IRAs, or pension income, it's also a great place to stretch your retirement savings. And with no tax on your Social Security, no state income tax, and no estate or inheritance tax, South Dakota's a win. Now on to number 9, Tennessee. Tennessee's income tax is very limited. It only covers interest and dividends. As a result, retirees in the volunteer state don't pay tax on their 401k, IRA, or pension income. Tennessee will not tax your Social Security, and they have no inheritance or estate tax. And the number 10 state on our list, the state where they say everything's bigger in Texas. They want to make sure your bank account's bigger as well. Don't mess with Texas, and Texas won't mess with your retirement income. The Lone Star State doesn't have a personal income tax. It keeps your hands off the 401k, IRA, and pension incomes as well. I may have said that funny. They keep their hands off your income. There's no Social Security tax, no state income tax, no inheritance or estate tax to be had in Texas at all. On to number 11 on our list, Washington State. So if you like a good cup of coffee, consider retiring in Washington State. If you're not sold on the coffee, maybe you'll think again when you learn that the Evergreen State doesn't have income tax. That means none of your 401k, IRA, or pension income is going to take a sales tax hit. On top of not having a state income tax, they also will not tax your Social Security. And although Washington does not have an inheritance tax, they do have an estate tax. And the last 12th state on our list is Wyoming. Wyoming is a very taxpayer-friendly state when it comes to your retirement income. No taxes on payments from the 401k plans, IRAs, or pensions. Why? Because the cowboy state doesn't have income tax. So no income tax, no Social Security tax, no inheritance or estate taxes to be had in Wyoming either. So hopefully you guys are noticing a trend here. You've probably paid taxes your entire adult life. So from the time you got your first job, which was for me at 14 years old, until the time I retire, I'm paying taxes. And when I retire, I want to pay as small tax as possible, right? I don't want to pay state income tax. I don't want to pay tax on Social Security, though I intend on retiring far before they're going to give me Social Security. I don't want to pay estate or inheritance tax because I want to be able to provide my generational wealth onto my kids and their kids. So when you're sitting down and starting to make your plan for your retirement, consider some of these states and some of these ideas in deciding where the best state for you may be. I like that they had states all over, from New England down to Florida, some in the Midwest, and all the way up to Washington, Wyoming. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. We covered the Kiplinger's tool briefly in the beginning to refresh your memory, went over their top 12 states for retirement income, and hopefully you find some value in today's video. Hopefully it's helping you make your decisions, whether you're 20 years out or 5 years out, or maybe you're retiring next year, who knows. Hopefully this is all stuff that you can put to use to help you and your family have the best retirement possible. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what state you're looking at. And as always, have a fantastic day. Thanks for checking us out. We really appreciate it. So here's to financial literacy, financial freedom, and your pending retirement. Bottoms up.